see which one's better. Okay, this one's better. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Spurs TV, and today we're going to preview the season, preview Saturday, because football is actually back. Okay, finally. And today I've got Lee from Total Spurs TV. Lee, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So this is not exactly the first time for you because I've seen you on Savas's channel. But how are you
Yeah.
feeling going into Saturday?
It's Southampton, isn't it? So I've got the dreaded low block feeling, medium to low block feeling going into that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fairly positive. I think we can do a job. I think we can win. But it's not going to be easy. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, the one player I'm really scared of from Southampton is actually Ward-Prowse.
yeah, well, we know what he can do. We know, don't we?
Yeah, apart from like the fact that, I mean, he's really good at set pieces, but also because we were linked with him, and you know what normally happens when that happens. So
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, they normally destroy us, don't they? So
I mean, did you go to the game last season when they beat us 3-2 at all? Or?
No, I haven't been to any games. I didn't go to any games last season at all. I just because of the moving, I've moved places. I've jumped from London to Swindon, so I didn't really have time to go to any games. Too busy for that. But no, it was too much pain watching it on TV. It was just too much watching that, and I was like, nah. Imagine if I was there in person, it would have killed me, literally.
I mean, I'm a season ticket holder, so I go to like every home game. And for me, because I think we played Wolves, was it Wolves beforehand or Southampton beforehand? I can't remember which round it was.
Yeah.
And we lost both, back to back, remember?
Yep.
So like I remember we were 2-1 up and then they scored 2 goals in like the last 10 minutes or something. And those were games where I remember on paper I expected us to win, especially. Not the City game, of course.
No, cool. Well, no one expected that, did they?
No,
but as per usual, we go up against the I don't know what you call them, lower teams, and
low blocks,
low blocks, and they completely destroy us.
They can destroy us. I think it's more the fact, like for me, like with someone like Ward-Prowse, we're so weak on set pieces.
Yeah.
You just know they're going to hurt us in that sort of way, if that makes sense.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? As soon as the anyone gets a corner against us, or like you say, a free kick, I know 5-6 times out of 10, that ball's going over the top of them, and it's either Dyer or someone's going to turn their back, or they're not going to clear it. You just know it's inevitable,
Unfortunately, but like okay, so looking at the transfer window, because it hasn't actually closed, but if you look at the players we've brought in, I'm sure you've had the transfer news that we're missing most of them. So fingers crossed Perisic and Basuma play. But how have you felt in terms of the transfer window in general so far?
It's a good to decent window. I don't think it's been overly amazing, personally. I know I'm going to get probably a lot of criticism, but we've put it this way. The good thing is with Conte, we've managed to get players supposedly he's liked and he wanted in, and we've addressed some of the key areas, but not all of them. Basuma, solid signing, I think. Perisic, another solid signing. Forster, okay, backup goalkeeper, but better than Galini. So, relatively as a backup goalkeeper, I'm pretty happy with him. He's not the world's best keeper, is he? But he'll do a job. And Langley, I'm a lot of people are sleeping on Langley. To be fair, I think he's going to
play on Saturday.
I hope he plays. I'd like to see him play
over Davies.
It depends, doesn't it? I mean, what's the fitness levels of him? I'm not 100%. I know Conte said he's holding some players back because of fitness levels, but I can't remember exactly who. I'm hoping he plays. I want him to.
For me, I think if Perisic and Basuma and Langley are all fit, they all had to play.
Oh, of course they do. Because a small part of me does think Langley is a little bit of a level above Davies, even though Davies has done a job for us. I'm not slating him. He's done a great job for us last season, but I just think there's a little bit more to Langley's game.
In terms of like with Langley, for example, for me, because obviously he had that spell at Barcelona just now, where he's been playing in the back four, right? And obviously he's transitioning back into a back three because.
Yeah.
So do you see him as the left-sided of the three or the middle? Because someone told me he can play like either side. Like, is it left or right, or not right? Sorry, left or middle?
Yeah, I can see him staying as the left centre back, because if you watch him with Barcelona when he's played in that he plays in that position most of the time. But the way he pings balls out, can you imagine them balls he pings out? Because he has got a good left foot on him. He's got a wicked left foot on him, and he can ping. He's a better distributor than Dyer. To be fair, I'm not saying Dyer's amazing, but Dyer tries to play that role, doesn't he? Bring it out from the centre, clip it over the top, try and find someone in space. Well, I think Langley's 10 times better than Dyer when it comes to that, distributing the ball.
Yeah.
And I think I think he's gonna work in that position if he gets his fitness up, and obviously Conte trusts in him. He needs his confidence, I think.
So I guess with Longley, it's like, for me, it's like it could go either way, I guess.
It's a gamble, isn't it? But we've only got him on loan. We've only got him on a loan, though.
Yeah.
So
I think
not
the
a
one
major
that
thing.
I'm really, really, really excited with is Perisic out of everyone, because he's the one player who I've been watching for like years and years.
Yeah.
Of course, he's like 33 now. And now we finally got him at Spurs. So I'm like, I just really want to see what he's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, look, the two games he's played already for us, the friendlies, he's already sort of elevated us a little bit, isn't he? I mean, let's be real, on that left side.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting from Perisic. You just know it. As soon as he gets the ball, okay, he's made a few mistakes. Yeah, there was a few, but he's new. He's trying to learn the system, get to know the teammates. But I think he's going to, again, it's my word of the day, he's going to do bits. It's literally
this is like the urban talk now, isn't it?
I know. I'm trying to keep up to date with the kids, and doing bits, and he's a baller and all this. I hate that saying.
Yeah. I don't like that saying at all.
I hate it.
He's a baller. But like, because I guess, and for me, it's sort of like I was brought up at Spurs in the 90s. So this sort of jargon didn't exist back then.
No, I know. They were a quality player, world-class player, all that.
That's it.
All rubbish,
That's it.
Yeah,
he's absolutely rubbish.
He's a baller.
But like, for me, I think with someone like Basuma, someone told me this, I can't remember who it was, saying that in the sense that Spurs signed him, not obviously because we did need a central midfielder, of course, right? But because also it's too good of a deal to turn down.
Yeah.
In your opinion, do you think we signed him for that fee because did he have a couple of years left of contract? I don't think he did he? No.
Did he? No, he had.
I think he had like 3-4 years, didn't he?
Was it? I thought it was 2 years. I could be wrong. Do you know what? I feel embarrassed now because I don't know the history of him.
But like, do you think that we got him at such a low price because of that allegation that was going on at the time?
I don't. I mean, obviously, without knowing, it's only my opinion, but possibly. But also, you got to think as well. The lawyers at Spurs, they're some of the best lawyers in London, right? If not top 5, probably. And Levy's not going to take a chance. It was. I think it was all timing. It was all. Yes, he's got so many years left on his contract, whether it was a year or 2, whatever it was. And I think that did play into it maybe a little bit. But I don't think they would have excelled anything if they wasn't 100% that it was going to be dropped or whatever the situation. Again, I mean, I don't know the full situation. I haven't really read much into it. I just what's been flying about on socials. But apart from that, no, I think we got him at a great price, 25 million.
Yeah,
I mean, that's an easy minimum 50 million player. Easy. Yeah. And I mean, we've got a bargain. And Arsenal fans hated it. Yeah. They hate it.
It's just ironic because you have from like Richarlison, right? And Perisic and Basuma. And were they all linked with him? All linked with Arsenal, I think.
At some point, yeah, because I watched an interview with Perisic today, actually, and he said he was linked with Arsenal, United, sort of 2018, 2019, Chelsea. Yeah, I think so. So it's quite funny. But
so what do you think of Richarlison then? Because for me, I think he'll play a lot more games than people think. But at the same time, from what I've seen just in pre-season, I'm just making a judgment on this. And bear in mind, I only saw one game, so don't hold me to this. Because I missed the first one because I was at work because it was like a midday kickoff or something.
Yeah.
And then the second one I caught, I think was the Seville one. Yeah. So he played off the right in that game.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like from what I've seen and just over the years, also with Richarlison, he tends to play either on the left or in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. And personally, from what I saw in that game, I didn't like him on the right at all.
Yeah. He didn't link up well, did he? I didn't think he linked pretty well, that good on that right-hand side. I can't remember who was playing actually in that game. Who was he playing? Who was he playing with? Was it
Kane and Son, wasn't it?
No, it was Kane and Son, but obviously he was on the right, wasn't he? Because Kulu obviously wasn't on.
He came on, I think, at half time.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, was it Emerson behind him?
Probably.
I
We don't
can't
have another
remember.
right
Anyway,
wing back, so
I just think they didn't link up too good, and I think I don't
I
know.
know Lucas. I think Lucas played off the right wing back.
Oh, was it
that
Lucas?
day.
Wasn't it? Yes, of course it
Yeah.
was. Oh God, what am I thinking?
Mm.
Yeah. See, I think Richarlison's a funny one to me. First of all, the initial 60 million on Richarlison, I don't know. It's a hard one. It's like, don't get me wrong, he's not. I rate him. I think he's a good player. He's a good striker. But I don't know. It's just I can't see the appeal from Conte. I don't understand. And maybe it's because the way he is, he's like a niggling player, isn't he?
I think for me, from what I've seen, or just by judging by, because I went to Jesus, by the way, I was in the Jesus camp,
right,
over Richarlison, because I just thought Jesus has played a high level, as in he's played at City.
He's a winner, isn't
Champions
he?
League.
He's played in a better team.
He can play on the wing, he can play up front. Okay, Richarlison can do both of the things, but also Jesus to me has a bit more pace, maybe that's why.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But thinking on back now, and just as the transfer was sort of like developing, and thinking about, I think someone compared him actually on my channel in a previous video, saying Richarlison reminded him of Diego Costa.
Oh, okay.
In some ways, because he was like aggressive. Okay, had a bit of pace on him. He's a bit of a
he's got that shithousery, isn't he? Yeah,
exactly.
No, I agree, and that's what I like about. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a majorly bad signing. I'm looking forward to him playing.
Yeah.
I just think splashing that 60 million.
It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a lot to splash out on a striker to play essentially cover, backup, and do you know what I mean? When we could have used that 60 million to put towards to get a centre back or a more vital position. And that's what annoys me.
Yeah,
I don't get it. But
I think for me, the one signing, we were on the same stream that day, so you probably know what I'm talking about now. Jed Spence.
Oh yeah, Jed Spence.
Jed Spence. Now, do you think he's actually going to get game time this season? And if he is, what kind of games? Or is he just going to be a cup player? Is he going to be a player that's going to play the odd Premier League game? Is he going to start even on Saturday? I don't think he will.
I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll start on Saturday. He's got a lot to learn still, hasn't he? Been in the Prem, I guess. Don't get me wrong. He looks a great talent. I don't think he's going to be a bad player at all. I think he's going to excel. I just think first year in the Prem, under Conte, in a much better team. I hope he gets games. I would put him in. I would like to see him start. I know it's a bit dodgy, and his first game of the season when he's get win under our belt. But look at who we got to bring on. In his place. It's or to swap
Emerson.
Yeah, it's like I'm sure he's going to be exciting. I'm sure he's going to have that pace and, like he says, offer something different, which is great. But I think it's going to take a good few games, between like two to 10 games. And I think we'll start seeing Spence for what he is, if he gets the time. But I think he's going to be used mostly for the low end games, cups.
I think he'll start from there, won't he? Really?
Yeah,
I
think so.
I think Emerson has to go regardless, because I just don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't get me wrong, great character, but he's just not a footballer for me. I agree with Sava on it. He's just, he is a footballer, obviously, because he plays football and he's a pro, but I can't, he goes into the box. He's just scared to do anything else. I don't know why he can't put a cross in. I just don't get it.
That's the mystery, really. But for me, also with Emerson, the reason I just think we just cut our losses now is that when I watch him play, and I've said this on countless streams, by the way, so there's one person that's watching it can vouch for me for this one, that he just doesn't have the attributes to be a wing back at all.
No,
obviously the crossing's an issue, but even when you look at him and just the way his demeanor and the way he plays as a right back,
it
just doesn't work. I don't see anything.
He's not a wing back to me. People say he's not a footballer in general, but if he was to be in the back four like he was at Barcelona, I think he'd do a lot better. Barcelona, he played for Barcelona, didn't he? So I don't know what they were thinking. He started a good few games, didn't he? But he played in the back four, wasn't it? If I'm right.
Did he even play with Longley? Am I wrong?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. To be honest, I've not done too much in depth. Even when I found out we were signing them, I didn't really do much in depth.
I think that last summer window, Paratici was just a mess. I didn't know what we were trying to do.
No, panic. I think it was all panics, wasn't it? Panic stations. was all new. He was getting used to how things worked, and it was just like, you know, it was what it was. It was like, oh, but fingers crossed this window. Fingers
Get
crossed.
it right.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah. So Fraser Forster, for me, I actually think it's a decent signing. It's a good backup. We aren't going to get a major league backup goalkeeper to Lloris. It's not going to happen.
No.
So,
and to be fair, what else is out there at the moment? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are quality keepers out there, but Lloris has got 11 years experience with us. And all right, he is faltering a little bit, obviously, as he's getting older, but he's still pretty solid in certain aspects. I don't, he's not as solid as he used to be, but who do we replace him with? That's the thing. Who would you? I mean, that's available. I mean, we all know what keepers, we'd have Mendy and all that sort, but who would you replace him with?
I think the one keeper we've been linked with for a while is that Mike, probably should I say his name, Minigan or something? Mike Minigan? I think he plays in France as well.
I can't remember. Really?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me just try and find it.
Was it? I know we was linked. Yeah, I think it was something. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, he's massive keeper, isn't he? Good shot stopper. I can't remember his name though. But yeah, so again, it's who would we replace him with, and that's going to be a hard thing when that eventually happens in 2 years. That's going to be hard. It's like,
so it's Mike Manganen, but he plays at AC Milan now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were linked with him for a while, and he's French as well. Maybe that's why, I don't know.
Oh, right, okay. I just think whoever we get in or whoever we're looking at, it's going to be a hard one to try and replace Lloris, because apart from all the ones that are taken already, again, like I say, who do you do it? Especially there's none from the Prem that will happily, you know what I mean, sort of come to us. I'm saying that though, I like the idea of Johnson. Johnston, is it? I thought Johnston would
Adam Johnston. Is it Adam?
Yeah.
No, not Adam Johnston.
Was it Adam Johnson?
I don't think it's Adam.
Oh, God,
Sam Johnston, that's it.
Sam Johnson, yeah.
I'm thinking of Adam
God's
Johnston.
sake. Yeah. I was just going with what you was going with.
Yeah. Sam Johnston.
But Sam Johnson would have been a good, but also, who is it? Jose Sarr? Jose Sarr, is it?
Is it the young midfielder we got? Pape Matar Sarr?
No, keeper. Who's he play for? Not West Ham, is it? Not West Ham.
Let me check. Hold
on. I can't remember that. Oh my God, my knowledge has gone completely out the window.
Is it? Give me a minute.
Goalkeeper.
Jose Sarr, yeah. Plays for Wolves, yeah.
Wolves. Yeah, so I would have loved him.
Oh, you really liked him? Oh.
Yeah, he's a really good keeper, yeah. I personally, look at his stats. Really good keeper.
We're also linked with the Ajax keepers. I don't know if he's still there. Or Nana, whatever his name is. Nana.
Oh, yeah. We've been linked with him a few times, haven't we? But it's always been, we're interested FC.
Nothing concrete, really.
It's never anything. Not even any talks, I don't think. It's just, we're interested. That's about it. That's the story of our life, I think, at the moment.
Damiao. Where reminds you of Damiao?
Damiao.
Leandro Damiao, don't you remember him?
Yeah.
Every window we were linked with him. And then there was one window, I think, when he was meant to be signing. And he never turned up to Spurs sign. So it's like,
oh God!
It's literally every window. Do you know BBC Sport? They have the paper talk.
Yes.
Every day of the window. So I was at university at the time. So whenever I'd open, I had it as like a favorite. So every morning I'd wake up. This before obviously YouTube was like blew up.
Yeah.
And Twitter, before Twitter was like a I consider Twitter. I have it also just for transfer news, because when it pops first off there.
Yeah.
So you just see Fabrizio or whoever else tweet something, and it's suddenly everyone just like either the other journalists follow or it just goes viral because everyone's like, "Oh my God, how's this going to happen?"
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But back in those days, Twitter wasn't as big. Like it did exist back in 2013, 2012, and I actually had a Twitter account, an older one, but it was very different to how Twitter is now. I would say there's no spaces, there was no, it was very different, and I used to open BBC Sport and it was like paper talk, BBC Sport paper talk.
Yep, I know it.
Every day they'll be like, "Oh, Damiao signing for Spurs, £25 million. Oh, Damiao in talks. Oh, it was literally like, and it's like a joke because everyone just says, "Oh, is Damiao going for his medical?" And there's IT cases.
Yeah. Yeah, story of our life. That's all we do. We get linked with them. Or just in say only. There's never anything else. That's it. It's Spurs. It's linked again. Interested FC.
Nothing ever happens though.
No. Well, saying that, this window things happened. It just happened really quick at the start, and now we're all in limbo. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that we get another 2 in at least. Well, I am anyway.
I think we kind of have to, and I hate to say this because I really don't like Spence as a signing for that position, but right wing back, I don't see us signing someone anymore. I think it's set, but for me, the most important is obviously those 2 we're missing, like the central centre half for me, and then hey Chris, you're right, and the attacking midfielder, because for me, if we don't fix that, we still sitting here Sunday night.
I think we'll find
Sunday night saying,
yeah,
what happened? We couldn't break them down.
Exactly. Well, this is the whole thing, isn't it? This is why I thought we would have, addressed that issue from the off. The main issues were obviously the defense, right? Centre back, left wing back, right wing back. We knew this, right? And then this is why I was baffled that we went out and got a striker, and concentrate. No, we needed one. We needed one.
We've not had one for like 8 years.
No, that's fine. I mean, I get that, and we needed it.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, Son, Kane, who else could double up? All right, Lucas was going in. He was in there for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Forget Lucas, but I'm just saying, but he was there. No, but you know what I mean? It was just like, it was silly. It's like we built a team, like I said on the show the other day, we built your arse upwards. It's like, okay, surely you build from the back upwards, get your defence sorted, get solidified, get solid, then get your midfielders in, which we've done, in all fairness. Well, not the CAM, but, we've got something in there.
Yeah.
But for options up front now, it's brilliant. We've got all sorts of options which is great. If not, we've got probably one of the best attacking, in the Premiership.
I think you could even play Perisic as a wing in the 3 as well. And obviously, Lucas has been playing right wing back a bit in pre-season, but obviously he'll be like the 5th option, and I guess Perisic might be like the 6th option, because Perisic can literally play anywhere.
Yeah. I think it's going to be. It might be a bit of an art. Well, saying that, he seems happy with what Conte's asking of him. So, if he does go into that sort of left wing back role, if he does, which I think he will
Perisic,
eventually. Perisic, he's got to.
Yeah. He will. I think he'll start there, to be honest. Yeah.
And then you've got Langley, whatever you say. On
the left, yeah.
On the left. Now, as long as Langley's got cover, I think he'll be fine.
Him and Davies, I'm actually okay with. It's just, for me, the big question mark, and I always say this because I've said this a million times, if you want to win a Premier League title, you could not have Eric Dyer as your central centre back.
Well, let's be real. We haven't got a title-winning team. We've got world-class players, a few world-class players, which I think most people would agree with. But when it comes to a title-winning team or a Champions League team, I don't think we're anywhere near what we need to be. Well, we are. Of course, we're nearer, but we're nearer than what we were last season. But if I had my way, I would replace Dyer, Davies, and they would all go back to squad players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Though? It's just Emerson. Get rid of Emerson.
Yeah. But like Dyer, for me, I think is such a huge question mark. I think because we're talking about someone who made mistakes year after year, even under, obviously, Mourinho as well as Conte.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, and Mourinho actually trusted him, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. And but the thing is, the reason why we've got these players is because that is all we have. Yeah. That is all we had. Yeah. It was, I said it on Savage show the other day, yesterday, sorry, or the day before. I can't even remember what day it was. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. We make do. We've always made do. We never just go out and do what we need to, get the key players we want. I mean, why waste time going to convert a player into a position that we need when we can just go out and buy a player that plays that position, has been for years? It's not rocket science, but we have to trust Conte, I guess. I mean, Conte knows best. He's been there, done it. So who are we? Do you know what I mean?
Who are we to question Antonio?
But as fans, like Sava says all the time, we're paying our money. We're paying the prices that they want us to pay. Give us the quality on the pitch. Give us the product.
I mean, amen. But as in, like, for me, I think we should be looking at something like, I know it sounds, people might think I'm crazy here, but either like a really experienced central centre back, because obviously Bremer's gone Juve, right?
Yeah.
So we can forget him.
Mhm.
Someone like that to stop gap for the next year or two, so we can find someone to fill that spot, right?
Right.
So someone like Bonucci, I know it's just a name I'm throwing out there, right? Because I think Chiellini has gone to like the US or something. Like he's basically just finished in that sense.
Oh,
right?
okay. Right.
But he was just another player that I remember we were talking about in another stream actually.
Yeah.
Or you sign. I don't know if this will happen because I know De Ligt went Bayern, but I was reading somewhere that Pavard and Upamecano. Do you know Upamecano? He was at Leipzig.
Oh,
Upamecano.
yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah, he's quite solid.
He went to Bayern, right?
Mm.
Apparently, him and Pavard, the French guy.
Yeah,
they both might be for sale at Bayern Munich because De Ligt's come in.
Oh, okay.
So for me, my thinking was, as soon as I saw that, I was like, let's just go get a Upamecano or something because.
Yeah. Do you know what? How I see it, anything's got to be better. Well, not anything, but well, don't get me wrong. Again, Dyer's done bits, but he's not the answer for what we need going. For me, he's not the answer we need going forward. All right, he's got the leadership. He's got that. I think that's why people, managers
Like
have stuck with him.
Yeah.
And he's got that sort of leadership quality, I guess, about him. And I think he's a translator as well for most of the team.
Oh yeah,
he speaks quite, a few languages. So I think that's his main attributes, to be fair. And he's not completely terrible. Of course he ain't, because he's done some good bits.
I'm not saying he's awful.
No,
I just think if you're gonna win the title, like
we need better.
And we
need better.
We need someone better than him.
Yeah, we need Emerson gone, Dyer, Davies as squad players, backups.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh God, who? Yeah, I mean,
Lucas, you've got Celso and Ndombele.
Yeah, but they're going to be gone, aren't they? Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hope. And Ndombele, you hope.
No one wants to touch our players. This is the thing, though. It's years and years of buying bad players.
I don't, as much as I hate Levy, I don't blame him for Ndombele or Celso, because I blame him for Bruno. But apparently Poch wanted Ndombele like really badly.
Oh, okay, right.
That was his first choice signing. So I'll say something quite funny though. When we signed Ndombele, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know if it's just before or just when we signed him. I read an article in Get French Football. Do you know Get French Football?
No.
So they report French news. I follow them. There's Get Spanish Football, Get Dutch Football, I think.
Okay, right, yeah.
Anyway, Get French Football seems to be the most active. I don't know why, but anyways. So when we signed Ndombele, because he was linked with Barcelona and all these other clubs.
Yep.
So I read Pochettino told him that Spurs were building a title-winning team or something, a title-winning squad.
Right.
So I don't know whether he was promised, this is what's going to happen. We're building a kind of amazing team, and then he signed, and we signed Sessegnon, Jack Clark. Just to
there's another one, Sess. Oh.
Yeah, I don't rate him personally at all, but
he's just not learning, is he? He's just not. Yeah. He just can't. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. He's not the answer.
And he was promised this supposed thing, right? I don't know how true this is. I'm just trying to gauge. So maybe he thought, oh no, I got promised this. Obviously,
and he just stopped trying.
Rubbish, and he just stopped trying.
Can't imagine that. That's nearly 3 years. 3 years of not trying. Mad. But I've also
heard reports that apparently from day one he wasn't happy.
You're kind of like he made a mistake or something, maybe.
Yeah, it was but I feel like the move to Tottenham, to me, it also comes across as an agent-fueled move in some ways.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, obviously, and I'm not saying I'm defending Ndombele for being so lazy or anything like that. But I'm just trying to think that how could we have made such a huge mistake, and how could do you know what I mean?
I don't remember the whole fiasco. I remember the hype that he got from the fans.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Majority of the fans. I remember that hype. I don't know the sort of back end details of it, like what happened and what he. All I know is I remember him. I remember him holding the shirt up. Obviously, I was there watching that. But I remember the fans saying, "My God, look at the player." And to be fair, he is a player. He can be a player. I just think he's just like you said. He's stopped trying. He's completely just can't be asked.
Did you watch him at all against in the Champions League when he was the man of the match or something? Did you watch that game?
I watched bits of it, and he did have a few good moments.
Because I watched that whole game just by coincidence. I didn't even know we were looking at him at the time.
Yeah,
and he was man of the match. I didn't make it up. So and I think Poch saw him as like the Dembele replacement.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, that's specifically what he was going to be brought in for, was to replace him. I miss him. I miss him, Dembele. I miss him big time. I think most of us do, because he is exactly what we need right now. That type of player. Do you know what I mean?
Let's hope Basuma's going to be that player.
Yeah. I'll get him back for it. I think, where did he go? China? Where did he go?
China.
Yeah, it was China, wasn't it? Get him back. I don't care if he's 40 odd. Get him in.
I'd take Modric back even now.
Oh yeah. Anything like that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. To me, and obviously to Conte, he's always said it doesn't matter the age of the player, within reason, obviously, as long as they do the job. Bang. And that's why I was baffled about Eriksen, to be honest. But then now we found out the reasons why. Apparently we just turned. I think he was demanding too much, or he wanted too much money, or something like that.
The deal he wanted was too long that we were going to offer him, I think,
as
well.
Yeah, and I think it was
a 3-year deal at United, so he must have only offered him 1 or 2, I think, probably.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think he's on. What is he on about? 250 a week there? I don't know. 300 grand. Something
maybe
stupid.
Maybe more.
Yeah, something silly. And we weren't going to break our wage structure for that. Well, Levy isn't, is he? We know what he's about.
Levy for you, so.
But yeah.
But like, we still do need, for me, the player for me is Maddison. But then I read the other day that Conte apparently doesn't want him anymore. So
yeah, I've been reading sort of bits and pieces on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah. To be fair, we don't know who he wants, who he doesn't want.
Zaniolo, have you seen him enough to judge him? Because I haven't.
I've only seen him a few times, and one of them was against us.
Yeah. How did he play in the friendly?
He was okay. I mean, made some good runs. He's good on the ball, but I don't think he actually done anything to. No, he did. That's unfair. I mean, yeah, he did do a little bit, but nothing really to break us down. Even though we played sort of poorish. But yeah, I don't think he done overly. It wasn't overly exciting for me, Zaniolo. But I know I've seen him beforehand in other games. Yeah. To me, he looks okay. I think he looks all right. I think he would do a job for us, definitely. I think so. And if Conte wants him, obviously that's what he's going to go for, isn't it? I think Paratici wants him too, if the reports are true. But we shall see. I mean, I prefer Maddison, but Zaniolo, if we get him, we get him. I'm not fussed either way, to be honest.
Is there a centre half that you got in mind at all that you'd want to replace Dye with? Even if it's someone like, because I've heard people say stuff, people like Connor Cody at Wolves, and do you know what I mean? Like these very like Max Kilman. Max
Kilman. Yeah, see,
he's another one that's been like
banded about. Exactly. Yeah, I mean they can all do a job, can't they? They're not bad players. They're good players, and they probably can do a little bit of a better job than what we've got. Of course they could, but I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling sort of Kilman. And but don't get me wrong, he is a quality player. He is a quality player, but I just don't know how he would translate into a Conte system.
Because I think with Conte as well, you have to sign players which do a specific role.
Yeah, repetitive. That's what it is, isn't it? It's a repetitive position. That
even the centre halves, because obviously you say without Longley, right? He wants a ball playing left, ball playing right, and like a big. We say Dyer-esque player because I'm just saying to replace him, but like a big, tall bruiser, sort of. Okay, he can distribute the ball, but he's more of like the commander in the back. If that makes sense. Yeah. And obviously you got the specialised wing backs. They have to be wing backs. They can't just be defenders. just the right back or left back.
Yeah,
they have to be wing
exactly.
Back. And obviously the front three is kind of, I guess it's kind of fluid. So it's not as maybe strict. But I have noticed, for example, Kulusevski comes in and then the wing back will go out.
That's right. Yeah.
Or like Son come in even. I've even seen Son come in a few times. And then whoever it is on the left, I imagine this time with Perisic, will bomb down the wing, I guess, and put a few crosses in because Sessegnon can't cross. So.
I know. That's the main issue, isn't it, with our wing backs? Well, the old wing backs, I guess. That was always the issue. Like I say, Emerson just don't do nothing. Sess looks like he's going to do something, and then he gets to where he needs to get, and then bottles it. I just don't get it. I mean, how many more opportunities can you get? Do you know what I mean?
You're kind of going to laugh, but where I sit, so I can see Conte running down the touchline. He's like below me. I'm on middle stand, and then you see Sessegnon running down the left down my stand, right? And I literally scream at him every single game, take on a player, take on a player, take on a player. And he just never does it.
No. And it doesn't matter how many times. How many times?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. And this is the thing. And it's not the first time Cess has done that or anything. You know, he'll get, like I say, it's like a deer in a headlight moment. He'll get to where he needs to get. Yeah, make the run now and then. He'll get there and think, shit, what am I going to do? Oh, so I don't know if you're allowed to swear on it. Sorry. Yeah. And you think like, shit, what do I do now? What's my options? You know, you can see he's got 2 or 3 players around him sometimes. And he, most of the time, just makes the wrong decision. I'm not trying to hate on Cess. I just don't think he's good enough for what we need. He's just not good enough. He's not a Champions League player for me. He's not going to help us.
When we signed Cess, what did you expect? I'd like to just be honest.
A lot better than what we got, to be honest.
See,
the amount we paid.
Yeah.
You know.
No, we were chasing him for like 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years, however long it was. I can't remember. Because you know that whole Danny Rose fiasco happened with the Sun?
Yeah.
So basically, I went on this podcast a few years ago, and this was just after Danny Rose thing, and I like sat there and defended Danny Rose for what he said because it was absolutely true. And after that, obviously, Rose was linked with an exit, or they're trying to shift, or whatever happened.
Yeah.
And that's when Sessegnon started getting linked. And anyway, so the people on my podcast was like, "Oh, he's meant to be like Rose, you know, the next Rose, blah blah." And I said, "Well, if we're going to sell Rose, I'm not saying don't sign Sessegnon, but I'm saying I wouldn't rely on this kid to come in and be like,
no, exactly,
Danny Rose straight away."
And then what do we do?
They were like, "Well, no, he's like Danny Rose anyway." And they were saying, as in he was like ready made to come in. I was like, "No, I'm fine to sign Sessegnon, but you need to go out and sign someone like, I think I said at the time, Alexandra at Juventus or something." Just
right.
But,
yeah.
You know, the left wing back, whatever he was playing at the time. And as an example to play there, right?
Yeah.
Because he's someone who can come in and you'll be like, you know, he can do a job, yeah. But people saying, "Oh, Sessegnon, no, he's really good. He's doing really good." Anyway, so also eventually we signed him. So, and I'm expecting this like player to come on and start, you know, going past players, you know, putting crosses, being like aggressive, because obviously that's what Danny Rose was like in his peak. And I've had literally yet to see anything like that on especially on a consistent basis.
No, that's the thing. You'll see a good few runs, like I said before. You see him running off the ball, whatever he needs to do. But it's like he's got no other awareness when he does get the ball. It's like, damn, what do I do next?
He just doesn't have a clue.
And then you can see Conte on the side, especially, you know, when he's on that side on, you know, the dugout, shouting at him like, "Move, go, do this, go." Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I know Conte does that anyway to everybody, but
yeah, that's true.
But you can catch it, can't you? Like, especially when you watch, you know, Conte cam and stuff like that. You can see the close up. You can see the players just about on the edge of the pitch, and you see them, like some of them turning around, looking at Conte. And I saw one with Cess. I think it was against Manchester City, when we beat them 3-2. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And I was a bit in there. I don't know. I just zoomed in on it. I honed in on it. I thought, what's he? And he's telling him, no, you know. And then Cess is like that. He's like a deer in a headlight. It's like crazy. But it just goes to show, you know, all this hype on these young players, you know. And I'm just hoping it's not going to be the same with Jed Spence, because there's a lot riding on it. Like, there's a lot of people got their hope pinned on it, you know. And I'm just thinking, man, if this happens this time with Jed Spence, Levy's going to get some proper stick, you know, because we know it's a Levy signing. We know it's a club signing, don't we? You know, it's
even
not
said it. Conte even said it.
It's not Conte. Conte was like, "Oh, it's good for the future and one for the future." It's like,
he probably was like,
yeah. He has to say it. He has to say it, doesn't he?
You can't say.
You can't say no. He's shit. I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't really want him, but he's here now, so we've got to use him. But I'm sure he can get bits out of him. I'm sure he can make him into a player. He looks good. He does look good. I'm not saying he's going to be terrible at all. But time will tell. And under Conte, he's one of the best managers you can get, isn't he? So hopefully he can, you know, learn from him and he can make him into a much better. I reckon in a couple of years' time he'll be a cracking winger. But it's a bit of a risk, isn't it?
Obviously, every sign is a risk. But with Jed Spence, of evidence of what happened with Sessegnon, for me, I was like, we should loan him out straight away.
Yeah.
But I was told by some people saying that he was promised first team football, so obviously he's not going to get loaned out. But if you look at evidence of players who've succeeded
Yeah.
this way, right? You look at Danny Rose even himself. I think
Yeah.
he was on loan a couple years. I don't know if he went to Sunderland on loan. I think 1 year.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he went on loan somewhere else. And you look at someone like Cole Walker, for example. He went. I think did he go back to Sheffield United for a year?
I'm not 100% on my
Did
history.
he went
Terrible.
Norwich and then Villa or something? Like, he did 2 loans.
Something.
I remember 2
I think
loans.
it was Villa, wasn't it? I'm sure it
He
was
went Villa for a year, I think, and then
Yeah, I think it was
Brendan brought
Villa.
him back, and then
Sorry, my
started.
history is a bit foggied at the
No,
moment.
it's
Ugh.
fine. So, as in on evidence of that, and with the failure also of Sessegnon, because I could consider it what's happened so far a failure.
Yeah.
Surely these players need to do like a year or 2 out on loan.
Well,
A year in a championship team, maybe, or like a lower Premier League team, like a Norwich or something.
Well, yeah, exactly. This is what I mean, though. They should be loaned out to Premiership teams, lower end.
Yeah,
like your Norwiches and your Fulham, Forest, and stuff like that. They should be, because they will get the Premiership experience. All right, they'll be in a lesser team. I get that, but at least they'll get the hustle and bustle of the Premiership. They'll get used to how things are, the pace of it. Definitely, I think it's silly, especially like with Gill.
he needs a Premier League loan. Like
he needs a Premier League. He does, or a Championship loan at minimum. Something just to get him.
I actually quite like Gill. I actually think there's a player.
Yeah, there's bits I do like about Gill. I mean, lots of people don't like him, don't rate him. But but there's something about him. He's a flair player, isn't it? There's something about him. He's got something, but it's just taken a while. I mean, but then you put into comparison Kulu, him, same age.
And he's just come in and
Kulu's just come in and completely destroyed it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be real. And then Gill. All right, we know the rest, and that's the reason why he's gone back out on loan. Well, Gill's going out on loan probably, But that's where I don't find it. It's not an excuse. If you're good enough, you should be good. Young enough. You should be good enough to get into the team. And Kulu proves it. So
and evidence of all these things we talk about. What would be your starting 11 on Saturday?
On Saturday. Well, we'd have starting. If I think we're just going to go with the same team we finished with last season. To be fair, I would like to start. I would like to see, obviously, Langley, Dyer, obviously Reece in goal. Actually, do you know what? No, I'll put Forster in goal. Let's try Forster. Okay. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. No, obviously Reece. Yeah, nah. Leave Romero out. It's leave Southampton. I'm joking. Yeah, I know, right? I don't want to see Sanchez. If we can help it.
But like right wing back for me, I kind of expect Doherty to play if he's fit.
I hope he does play. Yeah, I hope he. But I just got a funny feeling he's going to start with Emerson. I just got this inkling.
I'd rather Lucas, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, we got the joy of him hopefully being turned into a right wing back.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather Lucas than
Emerson. I don't know.
Do you think Perisic will start?
No, I don't think he will start. I want him to, but yeah, I think we're going to start with the same. I think we're going to start with the same team as.
Oh God! See, I like to see Lloris, Longley, Dyer, Romero, Perisic, Doherty, and then like Basuma. Well, assuming Basuma's fit, Basuma with like Bentancur or something.
Yeah.
And then obviously Kane, Son, and Kulusevski.
Yeah.
That would be my lineup.
But we're going to start with Højbjerg and Bentancur in centre. I know we are.
I think Basuma's got a knock or something. I heard.
Yeah, he had I think it was a light hamstring injury. It was precautionary. It was precautionary. I don't think it's too major. It was just light. But they didn't want it. I know.
It always starts like this, though. Oh, it's light. Oh, now he's out for a month.
Now it's 6 weeks. Yeah, it's crazy. But
like Skip, he just keeps getting knocks.
Yeah, but to be fair to Skip, that wasn't his. Well, none of it's his fault. Did
you read what happened?
Yeah, apparently he went up with a header with somebody. They won't name the player, and then the stud. Oh, it was Emerson. Really?
That's what I've been told.
What a clumsy prick. Oh my God. Cheers, Emerson. Yeah, they went out for a header, didn't they? And his stud sort of went into the back of his heel and punctured it or some crap like that and chipped a bone or fractured it or something. I don't know. But yeah, see Emerson killing us on and off the pitch as well. This is ridiculous. But no, I'd like to see, like you said, Lloris in goal, Langley, left centre back, Dyer, Romero, obviously. Perisic. I would like Basuma personally. and Bentancur, but I think it's going to be Højbjerg and Bentancur.
Yeah.
On the right, I think we're going to get Lucas.
What, right wing back?
Sorry. No. I'm talking about, my God.
Do you mean Emerson again?
Yeah, Emerson.
Yeah.
And then,
I'll probably
yeah,
cry
the
if
usual
Emerson
duel.
plays.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Emerson. God, I just want to get him out of my head.
But you know what? You know about Emerson right here? Because I've seen a lot of pictures on social media recently, right? Because obviously Richarlison joined. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the whole Ndombele thing.
Right.
So, you know, Ndombele mentioned stuff like how when Sissoko and Ori left, it was really sad and unhappy, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So Richarlison's joined, and there's a picture of Richarlison, Lucas, and Emerson I remember seeing on Instagram.
Right.
Like when Richarlison signed, it was like a few days after. So now they're like a clique, I guess.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah.
So does this mean Emerson's same because he don't want to go?
It's the Brazilian clique. Yeah. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. They're all good characters, but character doesn't win your matches, does it? Well, it does, but not Emerson's character. He just don't know what he's doing, does he? But yeah, I don't know. But that's what I start. And then obviously you've got Son, Kane, Kulu. But I would like to see Spence come on in that game. And it all depends. It all depends if if we go a couple of goals up, I think. But if we're on the back foot, then I don't think any of them will be coming on until we get a little bit more safe,
But so do you think that, for example, we'll start the game with Emerson or whatever, and do you think Doherty or Spence will come on later in the game, especially because you mentioned Spence?
Yeah. No, I think they'll have a change up. Yeah. Yeah, they'll have a change up, but I don't know. I think it's going to determine how the match goes. Like if we're really struggling, which we shouldn't be, but if we do, and we're talking about Southampton here, and we go a goal down, yeah, I don't think we're going to have, much option but to change it around a little bit.
This is better. Okay, that's a lot better now. Okay.
Oh, that is a lot better. Yeah.
Because I realised it was going dark, so I was like, I need to fix this now.
Yeah, my cam's being really good today. It's really good.
No, it's just because I left the curtains open.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah. And obviously, we started at like 8 and it was still light, so I was like, it's fine.
No.
Yeah. But
these bloody headphones.
So do you expect, for example, Emerson to start, and then in 70 minutes we'll have
I do.
Doherty or you think Spence will come on?
I would hope Spence. I would like to see it. Like I say, it depends on the game. It depends on how it's going. If we go a couple of goals up, say we're at half. Well, no. I think knowing Conte, because he's stubborn, he'll keep the same team out there until about 60 minutes. Yeah, 65 minutes, whatever. Then change it up. You know what he's like. If we're comfortable, we say we go 3-4 goals, let's say if we did, and then you'll start seeing more, the other players come on, I think, the ones that are fit. But I just hope he's going to make the right decision. It's Conte, isn't it? Let's be real. Hopefully he makes the right decision. But
for me, I really want to see Doherty start. I don't want to see Emerson start because it's just like,
I don't want to see Emerson start, but I think what you got to take into account is when we finished last season.
Yeah, he played.
They've got that chemistry. I know.
Chemistry.
I say chemistry. They've got that understanding that they play. It's fresher for them, if that makes sense. And you've got Doherty coming in, having to get match fit, because you're going to get match fit during the Premiership season. Sort of 5, 6, 7 games in, he'll be fine. But Emerson, Emerson's one of the fittest on the pitch, isn't he? Let's be real. I mean, he will go with Emerson. We just know it's going to happen. I don't want him to. I want Doherty to start well, but we know it's going to happen. So,
I mean, for me, the only reason I'm bringing up Emerson again is because of the clique picture I've seen. So I'm just like, do you think Emerson's going to stay now?
Well, he wants to, and his agent wants him to stay, but I really don't, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't. I don't know, I mean, look at what's our right wing back options now. And then let's put into perspective.
Got Spence, who ain't going to leave.
Yeah,
he's just signed.
Yeah, so we've got Spence. He's not going anywhere,
unfortunately.
Doherty. Sorry. Then Lucas is going to be made into a right wing back, which looks to be the case. Lucas ain't going anywhere at the moment, is he? Although people want him to go,
Even
he
though
ain't going.
he's cover also for the front three, so he can't go.
So he's more versatile.
Yeah.
So it only leaves Emerson to go. I mean, but he's adamant he's not going. He does say, but one of them needs to go. So I put my money on Emerson, but we'll see. What we got 20.
Let me see if I can find this picture. Hold on.
Well, we got 20-something days left of the transfer window.
Let me just see if I can find this picture on Instagram. Give me a minute.
It's crazy.
Let's go. Isn't on Richarlison's Instagram. Okay. I'm sure I've seen this picture somewhere. Because when he joined, they all took a picture together.
Oh, is that Stell? Is that Tottenham away? Is that Stell?
Yeah, I think. Sal window. I think it's actually has to transfer.
It has been a sour window. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the worst window, but it's not anything to cry about, to get all excited about.
Let me see if I can find this picture. It's very annoying me now because I told you about it and now I just can't find it.
That's all right.
Give me a minute. Where is this picture? Here we go. Yeah, hold on. You can see this.
Oh yeah, I think I actually tweeted that on my Twitter page. Yeah.
It goes. It's on Lucas's. Yeah, it's some top Brazilians. What's the translation? Hold on. Welcome, Pigeon. Trop Brasileira.
Pigeon. How you doing, still, mate? Good to meet you.
Emerson on the right, or someone there. Got Lucas in the middle. You got Richarlison on.
Yeah, no, I do remember it. Yeah, I do remember it. Yeah, God.
So that's what I'm saying. This is on the 9th of July. He don't want to go now. So
he doesn't want to go. He loves it. He's got it easy there, isn't he? He loves it at Spurs. But yeah.
So it's like, well, what I'm saying is he going to be hard to just shift, just be like F off or something. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, look, none of us know what's in their contracts, what their deals are, what Conte wants to do. It's all speculation, isn't it? We know as fans what we would like. I mean, I want him gone personally. I'm sure lots of people do, but it's
I'm saying on evidence of this, like, is he going to stay?
No, it's just a photo, isn't it? I mean,
the only reason I say stuff like this is that, for example, someone like Sissoko was like meant to be really good for like the team spirit. You have these players like
Bellini,
yeah, I know what you're saying, and stuff like that.
Well, if we start keeping players just on that basis, then
I'm not saying I would.
We got even not you personally. No, I'm talking about the club. If the club, decides to keep players based on that sort of thing, being the character in the dressing room and morale and all that, it's wrong. We're doing all things. Well, we've been doing things wrong for a long time.
Another thing I'll throw at you about Emerson, because I've seen this banded about a lot last season. So do you
want me to say something positive about him, don't you? That's all
I'm just trying to get some different perspective on it.
No,
I'm just going to say get rid of him. But like, as in, do you think he could do a play playing him as a right centre back in the 3 as cover for like Romero?
No, I just don't trust the guy. Personally, no, I just don't trust him. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Stel. That's exactly right. Unless we drop the price with this forgotten quartet, then we're not getting rid of them. But we need to take a loss, get rid of them, because until we get rid of them, we're not bringing any players in to replace them. It's just not going to happen. So Stel's 100% there.
I mean, that's leaving in a nutshell, though. He ain't going to sell someone.
Well, that's the thing. Do you know what? This club far too long, right? And Stel can. Back me up, and I guess don't already know me, but he can say this. We've been far too sentimental as a club with players. And
do you remember that in the
time to get them
documentary?
gone.
Do you remember that documentary when they showed that clip of Davies saying, "Why do we need to sign players or something? We already have players here."
Oh, I know. It's like, what are you blind? What's going on?
I'm just like, what?
Nah, I don't know. It's so annoying, because why is it as fans we can see from the outside what's going on? I'm not saying we're experts. I know Stel's a coach and stuff like that, but I had a little bit of a playing career, for 10 years, but surely if we see an issue or the problem, they must do. I don't. And if there's an issue in the club, then get that issue out of the club. If you want to start acting like a big club, get shit gone and you know what I mean? It baffles me.
It's the mentality, though. It's like, for example, with Levy, he doesn't want to lose value on something he bought. So for Ndombele, remember the documentary? He had that really weird start, and they were saying, "Oh, he's," because I think it was filmed during that season. Remember when Ndombele
That's right.
signed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Mourinho joined, and then we had obviously lockdown and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
remember, Levy pulls Ndombele into like the meeting room.
Yeah, that's
Do you
right.
remember
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I remember.
And he's like trying to convince him to stay and to fight for his place and blah blah blah.
Wow.
And it's like, what I'm trying to say, he doesn't want to lose. I'm not saying this is right, obviously, but it's the mentality of like the way it works. Is that
Yeah.
and he'll be like this with Spence, by the way, so you can know.
Of course he will, because it's his
He doesn't want
Levy's
to lose
darling.
the value on, and he wants to get the full value of the player he signed. But if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. Just get rid of the player.
Thing is, right, if Levy and Spurs as a whole, I mean, I've been supporting the club since '92, so you know it's quite.
I'm born in '92, by the way.
Oh, you was born in '92.
Yeah.
I was born in 1980, but there we go.
Yeah.
I've been supporting him since '92, right, and it's always been the same issue, right? Yeah, along the sort of 20-year sort of period, we have signed a few good like Klinsmann, etc., and Van der Vaart and stuff like that. You know, obviously we had
the odd one,
the odd one or two, but it's never been a wow. You know, look at, you know what I mean? Look at Spurs. Look what it's never been like that. And I think in order to get rid of this, like Stel said, this crap, what we've got, we need to take a loss on it. But again, Levy's just not going to do it. He won't do that. If you want to start acting like a big club, get rid of the stuff, get rid of the people, right? Act like a big club. Let's start and properly start. Let's get it done, because this is just complete rubbish.
I think, I don't know if he's, I mean, maybe there's a difference, because like with Lo Celso, I think he's going for like 12, 30 million now.
Oh, is that what it is? Was it 12 to, yeah, it was 12 to 15 mil, wasn't it? That's if he's even going, because I don't know what's going on with that. It's gone dead a bit, isn't it? Yeah, jump on Stel, mate. That'd be good.
Okay, but so like what was I saying? Because he just confused me now about getting rid of players. So Lo Celso, I think he's been linked with a move like 12.5 million now, because he got for like 40 mil, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's crazy.
so like, as in, we bought him for like 50, 60 mil. So. Well, you've taken a loss on that one at least. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
he has. But then why, you know, and this is the problem, buying bad, you know, buying bad in the window, or panic buying, what Spurs seem to do a lot, or have done a lot in the past. You know, I don't know, man. It baffles me. I'm hoping it's attempting to turn around now. We've got Conte, and although I don't think it's been, like, people keep saying this window's been fucking brilliant. I don't think it's been brilliant. You know what I mean? I think it's added and it's improved us slightly, but I don't think it's, you know, the window of the season.
Like half decent.
It's not an overly bad window for us, but I think people are getting blinded by the amount of signings we've made instead of
the actual quality.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Perisic, Basuma, and stuff like that. I love, you know, quality players. I'm glad we've got them, but I don't know, man. It's just it's Tottenham, isn't it? This is the battle. It's just Tottenham.
But as in, like, for me, give me a sec. Hold on a sec.
You're on mute.
Yeah, thanks. I was trying to do 2 or 3 things at once. But
yes, I don't
know. Like, go overboard with it so much, because it's like you start with like Perisic and like 4-star, and then we've got, I think, who was the third one? Was it Basuma, maybe?
Yeah, Basuma, yeah.
So you have a mix of players there. 2 were first teamers, let's say, and 1 was like a squad player, which was an upgrade on Galini, whatever, how you want to call it. And then
much better than Galini. I mean, I'm happy with that, but it's just,
I think because it started so well. But then you can even look at the back of the Ndombele window. He was meant to be such a big sign-in. and then Lo Celso, and then we've
Like
got
flat.
Jack Clark and Sessegnon. So I think because it started so high, to keep the
Yeah.
momentum and actually get the players that we need.
See, Jack
So-
Clark for me was just if you're going to buy a player, at least attend to use him, integrate him properly.
But he
with
didn't
Jack
even.
Clark-
Poch didn't even know who he was.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What did we pay for him? What did we pay?
12, 15
12 million? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
Not being funny. It's not a fucking pocket full of change, is it, for someone like that? A young guy, young player coming in. At least give him some minutes.
I think he played
nothing.
in the cups, maybe.
I mean, all this. Oh, he's got potential. He's got this. He's got that.
But he didn't
this is
even
our
play.
problem.
So it's like, what's the point?
It's like they're saying with Gill, he's got potential. He's got this. Well, if you think he's got potential, then put him in. Yeah. All right. I know they did play him, and he's a lot of the stuff he did. I thought he had a few good games, nothing major. I thought he's made a few good passes. He opened up the game, a little bit, but not to the extent people are bang on about. And yeah, we do. We overhype players. We overhype this team. The signings sometimes, and it's a shame.
But I don't know. So do you have any predictions for like the weekend before we close off?
Oh, what score wise?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stay pretty positive. I think we're going to beat them, but it's not going to be easy because I know exactly what's going to happen. If we still ain't sorted our creative sort of attacking part of the game out, we haven't got that player, have we?
No.
So we're still going to have the same issue. Southampton, we're just going to put in 10 men behind the ball.
Behind the ball, yeah.
And we're going to be trying to go down the flanks again, down the wings.
With Emerson at right wing back.
And unfortunately, if Emerson or Sessegnon is on, we're not going to get nothing in the box. Or we might get a fluky ball in the box, which goes to nobody. And it's just like, no. I'm just hoping Perisic is that game changer for us on the left as well. And, oh, man, I don't know. I'm going for a win. I'm going to go for I'm going to say 3-1 Spurs.
I'm saying 3-2 because I think
they'll
score at least. Right. And I actually think they'll score first.
Yeah, no doubt. And it'll be a set piece.
I think I'm going to end the stream here now because I don't think he's jumping on because it's gone to 0. But anyway, okay. So it's been good having you on.
Yep, good being on, mate. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay. And come on.